Hello, my name is Shady. I'm from the training department of Puputu Danang, and in this video, I'm going to introduce to you how to do speaking tests for students focusing on the Gimme 5 level. Okay, here you can see on the screen that we have the speaking script and the speaking bits of Gimme 2 Term 1, and I take the Gimme 2 Term 1 as an example for you guys. Now, can you take a look at here? You will receive the scripts and the pictures from the Vietnamese teacher before each test, and then what you need to pay attention to is the time allocated for every test here. Now, can you see it's about 3 to 5 minutes for this level? So you need to make sure that you will test one student in this amount of time to make sure that we can cover our student in 75 minutes or 90 minutes. Okay, now when you receive them, you have to go through them to make sure that you get familiar with the form of the test. Okay, yeah. Now, here are the ways that you conduct a speaking test for student. The first part is the introduction part. Is it when you just follow the questions here and you start from asking, introduce yourself, like, hi, my name is teacher JD, for example, what's your name? And then the student will answer in this sentence here. It's up to your student. And then how do you spell your name? Okay, the answer will be up to students. And then you can add one more questions here to make the atmosphere better. For example, like, are you ready for the exam? To have the student get relaxed and more comfortable before the test. And remember to give the points here. For example, the student do really good at this part, so you can give them 4 out of 4. Yes. Okay, and we move to the next part here. We have part 2. There are 3 questions here. You start with the first one. Remember to ask the question in this column. In this column, okay? Do you like rollerblading? And you can count for yourself in silent like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After 5 seconds, if the student cannot answer the question, you ask them the backup question here to have them to be easier for them to answer. For example, like, do you like rollerblading? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, I do, or no, I don't. And the student can answer the question. And if the student answer the question that rely on the backup question here, you need to minus the point of this question. You cannot get 2 points for this question because you have to ask them the backup questions. Okay, and there is more tendencies here, like in this way the student will answer like yes, only yes, or just no. And if they only say yes or no, you have to guide them like yes I do or no I don't. And then they will repeat after you. And in this case also you only give this question like only 1 point, half of the point, 2 points per question. And in this case we only give one. Okay, for the next question here we have, do you play any sports at school? For example, in this question the students do really good. They are excellently answer the question. They will say, yes, I do. Okay, and then you will give here the 2 points for this question here. And the last question, what's your favorite sport? After counting for yourself like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the student cannot answer. Then you ask the backup question here, do you love playing football? And then the student will say yes or no. Okay, and you give this question only 1 point because you have to ask the backup questions. Yes, the key point here is that you have to ask the question in this column first, and then you can wait for students just about 5 seconds. If the student cannot answer it, you ask them the backup questions here. Ask the backup question here, and then wait for the student their reply. And even if we ask the backup questions and the student cannot answer, you just skip this question and give this question 0 point. Okay, just give, don't wait for the student to respond because it will extend the time for the speaking test, and we cannot make sure that we finish it in 75 minutes or 90 minutes. Okay, and for example here, if the student cannot say I do or I don't, they just say yes or no. You can circle is here like this for the teacher to pay attention that the mistake that you made. Okay, and you can write any comment here for the teachers to look at. And you give the points for this student. For example, in this case, we give this student 4 points. And next one for the part 3, for example, you point to the girl and say, here is the girl. The girl is here. And then you say, she catches the ball. Okay, point to the girl and then you point to the the boy, and ask how about him. What does he do? How about him? For example, here, how about him? The student will say, he throws the ball, he kicks the ball, for example. And it's easy for a student to say that just he threw the ball or he kicked the ball. They will forget to put an S here. And you need to okay, to make it more like stand out like this, you can circle or you can underline this one. So the teacher is when we look at the speaking script, we can have a look at and then we can find out the mistake that the student make. Okay, they forgot the S here. Okay, so it depends on you to give the points for this student, but remember to minus the point if they cannot answer the question properly. Okay, and if the student cannot answer the questions here, and you just wait for them for about 5 seconds and you ask the backup questions to have them to be like more easier to answer. Okay, and next part here we have like the part 4, and this one is just the same. Just the key point here is that you have to ask the question in this column, wait for them only 5 seconds, and then if they cannot answer, you just ask them the backup questions here. And even if you ask the backup question, they cannot answer, you just give this question, and they give the student 0 point at this question. Yes, and during the test, you need to show your friendly um, attitude to the student by the compliment to them when they can answer the difficult question, like good job. You can give high five to the student. They really good at and they really like it. Okay, and then we send the video to the parents, and when they saw that you are friendly, they really like it. Okay, and next one about part 5 is all the same. You need to rely on this picture here. Just point it at the student and give the point. And after you finish your test, okay, you can say goodbye to the student. Just say thank you and goodbye, and can give high five for them for doing the test really good. Okay, and then you mm, stop recording, and it's your job to give the comment for the student here. In this part, teacher recommend about 5 categories here. Pronunciation, vocabulary, accuracy, interaction, and fluency. You just underline or circle. It's up to you. You get a comment for what student have done in this stat. And about the total points here, you don't need to sum the points because our Vietnamese teacher will do this. Okay, this is all about, I have to say, how to do a speaking test for a student. I thank you for watching, and if you have any question, you can ask the Vietnamese teacher or ask us to have you. Thank you and goodbye.